The Carolina Panthers have been busy this offseason, whether it's the team that trades up for the number one overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft or going and getting Adam Thielen. Yes, I absolutely love the going and getting him of Adam Thielen, even though, yes, he's my guy. As a Vikings fan, it sucks, but overall, I wish him nothing but the best as well for the Panthers, and I think it's a great addition. Now, we are doing our 2023 Carolina Panthers free agency recap, where we kind of go over just what went down in the first week of free agency. Now, I know, again, there's a lot more that could potentially happen, but there's also some things that have already happened that got to get you a little bit excited. So starting off things here. Now I know I put Adam Thielen from the Vikings as my last move here because I want to save the best for last. So this is who they brought in. Oh, by the way, how could I forget? I'm so sorry. We've been doing this entire time. So yes, this is just a recap. It's just business. So just a recap. And if you think that you were not thinking of Monsters versus Aliens, you definitely were. So here we go with the Panthers edition. So yes, bringing in Deshaun Williams from the Broncos, defensive end. They're signing a one-year deal worth $1.75 million. Last year, he had 37 tackles and 4.5 sacks for the Broncos, as well as a 55.4 PFF grade. Just another edge rusher for this defense. Nasty. Absolutely love the value as well. Also bringing in Miles Sanders from the Eagles on a 4-year, $25.5 million deal. I mean, you want to talk about value for a guy that had over 1,300 all-purpose yards. I think he's going to be that dude and take over for Deonta Foreman, no problem. 12 touchdowns. He's just an absolute stud. So I love the value. I love the contract. Then yes, also getting Hayden Hurst from the Bengals on a 3-year, $25.7 million contract. So, he had 52 catches for over 400 yards and a couple of touchdowns last year. And with Andy Dalton, who we'll get into in a second here, in rookie quarterback, or the rookie quarterback that will be coming in, I definitely think that's a great addition, getting a reliable target there, also getting a running back that can take care of business. And then finally, Andy Dalton. So getting a good holdover quarterback for your rookie quarterback, whoever it is. So coming over from the Saints on a 2-year, $11 million deal, where, last year with New Orleans, he threw for over 2,800 passing yards, also had 18 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. And he had some weapons there. Now he's going to have some weapons in Carolina too. So I definitely think it's a fantastic addition there for the Panthers. Again, going to be a holdover guy, but plus also, I do think that they could win now with Andy Dalton, especially with that defense. Having a reliable quarterback in there and having some of these weapons that they brought in is definitely going to help out this team a lot. And then, yes, safety Von Bell from the Bengals on a 3-year, $22.5 million contract. He has been a stud in the NFL for a while. I think it's also fantastic value, kind of up there with some of the better safeties in the NFL, and I definitely think it matches up. But last year for Cincinnati, he had 77 tackles as well as 4 interceptions and a 66.3 PFF grade. So, yes, again, I love the value. I love the player, and the Panthers definitely got themselves a good one. Also, defensive tackle Shy Tuttle. They're just poaching everything from the Saints. Signing a 3-year, $19.5 million deal, 49 tackles and a couple of sacks last year, as well as a 60.3 PFF grade. Again, I think Shy Tuttle's going to be one of those guys that adds a lot to this defensive line. You already got Derek Brown. You already got some dudes on the inside there. So adding Shy Tuttle here is definitely a really good move. And then, yes, the man of the hour, wide receiver Adam Thielen coming over from my Vikings. I like it. Even though, again, I hate to see him go. I think this is a fantastic contract. You're not overpaying for a guy that, does turn, 32, 33 coming up. And, he's definitely up there, but also he's got a lot left to offer. I do fully believe that. Signing a 3-year deal worth $25 million, I believe, with $10 million guaranteed for this first year. So, but last year with the Vikings, he had 70 catches for 716 yards and 6 touchdowns. I still think he can be that number one guy to a degree, but I do think overall you're in a spot where, hey, even if you get somebody in the draft, Adam Thielen can be that guy for you and at least can be that reliable target. So who'd you lose? That's another big question. So Sam Darnold, yes, signed with the 49ers in a 1-year, $4.5 million contract, over 1,140 passing yards last year for Carolina, as well as 7 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I think he's going to be a very good backup in the NFL. I just think it was too much to be a starter. It takes a lot to be a starter in the NFL. PJ Walker also, going and signing a contract with the Bears on a 2-year, $4.15 million contract, 730 passing yards for P.J. Walker, as well as 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. And then, yes, you released Pat Elflein, who, and as a Vikings fan, I can tell you, there were moments where he really stood out, and others I just don't think he's a starter in the NFL. I think he's going to be more of a backup and find himself a role. But overall, 338 snaps last year for Carolina, no penalties, allowed 1 sack, and had a 60.9 PFF grade. This offensive line, I think, is going to be a lot of fun for the Panthers. I think they got Bradley Bozeman back, who we'll get into just a second. But I definitely think this offensive line is going to be a lot of fun. Then yes, letting go of Damian Wilson, who had 38 tackles as well as a couple of sacks for you. I think that they're going to be able to find some guys in the draft here that definitely could take take over for him. And then, yes, who'd you keep? Hey, you re-signed Bradley Bozeman. I love it, on a 3-year, $18 million deal. Played 680 snaps for you, as well as had a couple of penalties, a couple of sacks, but overall really did suture up that offensive line and really was a leader there. So, and he had a 63.1 PFF grade. You also re-signed long snapper J.J. Jansen on a 1-year, $1.3 million deal. I don't even know what to put for long snappers at this point. Like, they're studs. Like, they can snap a ball. They take care of business. And as long as, they don't consistently snap it over the punter's head, they're, good. So bringing back J.J. Jansen on that deal, you love to see it. Also, you placed a tender on restricted free agent safety Sam Franklin, 1-year, $2.6 million deal. He had 20 tackles last year for the Panthers, as well as in one start, he recorded a 75.9 PFF grade. Didn't play a lot defensively, but overall, I think he is a fantastic depth piece and somebody you can rely on to start if you need him to, and maybe he could develop into something special down the road. I definitely think it's a possibility. So love what the Panthers have done so far in free agency, and if I'm missing anybody, I apologize, but overall I really think the Panthers are heading in a good direction. That's the thing, is defense was never a problem with this team. I mean, you've got one of the best defenses, young defenses in the NFL, but you also needed some help on the offensive side of the football. So getting Miles Sanders, bringing in Hayden Hurst, Andy Dalton, Adam Thielen, yes, you're bringing in 4 guys right away that should be able to contribute. It can't stop there, though. You got to go get your guys in the draft, which they already know. They're going to get their future franchise quarterback, and then Andy Dalton will come in and do his thing until whoever that is ready to take over. But I love what the Panthers have done. Let us know what you guys think, and make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow there. Also remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about our 2023 Carolina Panthers free agency recap.